The following is a production of cprundown.com. The views and opinions expressed by the hosts of this podcast are those of the individual and not of any affiliated companies. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rundown on Fun, a weekly podcast covering the Six Flags Entertainment Corporation, the amusement industry, and everything to do with fun. Here are your hosts, Carsten Anderson, Evan Schultz, and Kyle Hoop.
Hello, and welcome to this episode of the Rundown on Fun, your weekly podcast where we cover Cedar Point, Six Flags news, and everything to do with fun. And obviously, I'm not Kyle. Kyle's currently MIA. I think he randomly, before we started recording Evan, I think he just plopped on real quick and butt dialed us and was like, oh, and we're like, hey, and he was kind of hot and sweaty and looks like he was at
a Disney park or something.
Yeah, he was at a Disney park.
Florida life.
Yeah, right.
But that's okay because we have a really newsy,
very newsy, very wordy. There was a reason why we kind of, at least in my head, we kind of waited a week to record this when we said we were going to release a podcast when passes came available, but then there was Tony.
And then they did that on Friday.
Yeah, they dropped Tony dropped an announcement the Monday before saying, oh, hey, by the way, there's a Halloween's announcement coming out on Friday. And I'm like, ooh, maybe we should just wait for that. Cause I wanted I guess the passes and everything kind of like to absorb and us to like kind of maybe think of things of
Lord knows enough people have talked about it.
Right. Yeah. So obviously we're a little late to the news on that, but we will be talking about that in a little bit more detail and stuff and kind of giving our, I guess, 2 cents and seeing kind of like what we think and stuff. But anyway, there was a quarter earnings call for Six Flags that's I think this is what the second quarter. Yes. Evan, you have a lot more, and we kind of did a little bit of homework and stuff to like know kind of what the numbers mean.
Yeah.
And Evan, you want to talk a little bit more about it? Yeah,
let's be honest. Neither of us are financial wizards or anything, but so I use some help from ChatGPT, maybe, I don't know, but yeah. So just to make the most sense of everything, because the earnings calls are so like you need a financial degree to really understand exactly what's going on.
I was just saying the only thing I can like decipher is like, hey, attendance was up, spending was up. And
that's pretty much it.
We're getting new things, and we're like, "Wait, what?" That's pretty much about it. They're like, "Okay, the EBITDA and the whatever," and I'm like, "The what?"
Yeah, one thing that I forgot to put in my little rundown thing here is that they did mention that one of their big focuses lately has been ride uptime, and I can see Cedar Point has been so much better than ever, I think, and I don't want to say that the bar was low, but I think the park, we've always kind of talked about how the park maybe is bitten off more than they can chew with the amount of rides they have. And, rides break, and it's maybe more often than, say, Kings Island or whatever. But it's been so much better this year.
It has been. I've noticed where it's like, we used to get like messages all the time and stuff.
Why is Millennium broke? Yeah. I can't remember the last time I looked at the wait times and saw Millennium down.
And it might have a hiccup here and there and stuff, and it'll go down, but it's not like, it doesn't seem, at least this year currently right now, as we're recording on August 13th, it doesn't seem like there's like full days of downtime besides like a
rides are opening on time
for I think like a few weeks and stuff, but I think there was like a motor issue or something. I'm not sure exactly what was going on. And then sadly, Giant Wheel.
See the rides. I didn't even know that. But you see rides opening when they're supposed to open.
Yeah.
And that's a big one. That is a big one. So anyways, that being said, that was one of their big goals, and they're still working on it, and it's going to continue to get better, or at least that's what they say. So, with my help of my assistant here, let's dive into the second quarter earnings call. So there's encouraging news and there's not encouraging news. There's two sides to this. So looking only at the parks that Six Flags themselves still operates, we're not comparing to last year when they still operated Worlds of Fun and Six Flags St. Louis and Valley Fair. So compared to just the parks they currently operate, attendance is up 4% compared to last quarter or the same quarter last year. They say that works out to roughly 449,000 additional visits. Season pass visits are up 10%. Season to date pass sales are up 7%, and total pass holder membership base was up 6%. None of that's super surprising. Passes were very cheap last year with the MVP sale.
That is interesting, though, that when you say it's up, 7% from last year, and they were already released the passes before the quarter results last year, I remember, and they're already up 7%. I mean, that's got to be good news. I feel like,
so that's good. There is good news in here. Seriously, we're starting with the good. Revenue at those parks increased about 2.4% to $864 million, despite Six Flags actually having fewer operating days during a quarter. Good. Guest spending, in-park spending, things like food, drinks, merchandise, fast lane games, that increased from $28.86 to $29.27 per person. So that's roughly 40 cents a person extra that they're making per person that walks in the gate.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
There's a whole host of things that can be attributed to. And it doesn't necessarily mean that's what they're making.
I was going to say, we can thank Kyle for buying those one-shot fast lanes.
One-shot fast lanes. But I mean, that is one of those things, because those one-shots have probably gone up in price. Food has probably gone up in price.
That, and then also, I mean, when I went to Six Flags, over Georgia, I mean, myself, Sarah, and Justin, we all bought fast lane for $130 or something like that. So I mean, more money in the bucket.
And then this is where it gets a little more interesting. So even though in-park spending is up, total spending per visitor actually fell slightly from $63.38 to $62.88. That's because the other half of that number is admission-related revenue, which fell from $34.52 to $33.61 per visit. That's directly from season pass sales.
I was going to say, when you have a season pass, technically, I guess you could say, like, when someone buys a season pass, they're kind of like, okay, well, I buy like one souvenir and stuff in the beginning of my, yearly visits, and then that's kind of it. And
and this thing too, like just your admission price. If you have a $100 season pass and you visit twice, that's $50 per visit.
Right.
If you visit 4 times, that's now $25 per visit.
Right. Yep.
So a pass holder can visit over and over without buying another full price ticket. So Six Flags makes less admission revenue each time that person enters the park, just like I just said. The trade-off is that they're getting those people into the parks more frequently, where they're spending money on food, drinks, merch, and other. The most encouraging financial number is the same park adjusted EBITDA, which I still don't really know what that is, which increased 7% from $233 million to $249 million. Thankfully, my trusty assistant here defined it for me. EBITDA stands for earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Basically, it's one way of looking at how well the underlying business is performing before some of the corporation's other major financial and accounting expenses are included. So the parks themselves had a pretty good quarter.
Okay.
Now here's the ugly headline that everybody's talking about. Reported net loss of $203 million. That does not mean Six Flags lost $203 million simply by operating its amusement parks. And in fact, GAAP operating income, with GAAP basically being the official accounting rules companies have to follow, was about $89 million for the quarter. The problems start when you move beyond operating the parks and look at the finances of Six Flags as a corporation. Six Flags recorded about $102 million in interest expense during the quarter. That's a major problem because the company is still carrying roughly $5 billion in debt. So despite generating about $89 million in operating income, interest and other expenses pushed Six Flags to a pre-tax loss of $20 million. Then there's the really unusual number. Six Flags recorded a tax provision of about $159 million during the quarter. It's important to explain what this means, because saying Six Flags paid $159 million in taxes would be misleading. A tax provision is an accounting expense. It does not necessarily mean $150 million in cash actually left Six Flags bank account and went to the government during that quarter. Tax provisions can include things like deferred taxes, changes to tax assets and liabilities, valuation allowances, and other tax accounting adjustments. The earnings release itself doesn't explain exactly what caused that unusually large $157 million provision. So until Six Flags provides that additional detail, we can't say exactly where it came from. But from an accounting standpoint, that tax provision was a huge contributor to the headline loss. Six Flags went from a roughly $20 million pre-tax loss to about a $179 million net loss. After accounting for another roughly $25 million attributable to non-controlling interests, you arrive at the headline net loss attributable to Six Flags of approximately $203 million. And that's how Six Flags can simultaneously report that same park adjusted EBITDA increased 7% to $249 million, while also reporting a $203 million net loss. Those numbers sound completely contradictory, but they're measuring very different things. The simplest takeaway from this quarter is probably this: the amusement parks are getting healthier. The corporation that owns them still has some serious financial problems. Attendance is growing, pass sales are growing, people are spending more money once they're inside the parks. Revenue is growing, and the underlying park operation is becoming more profitable. The biggest concern continues to be the Six Flags roughly $5 billion debt load. More than $100 million in interest expenses in a single quarter shows how much the debt weighs on the company. So if you're looking at this from a perspective of a Six Flags or Cedar Fair park fan, there's definitely reason for optimism in these numbers. People are showing up, they're buying passes, they're spending money, and the parks Six Flags has chosen to keep are performing better. But Six Flags Corporation still has a pretty deep financial hole to climb out of. Oof. So yeah, that sums it up. Moving on.
You know, I don't know if I've talked about. I think I talked about this a little bit. I've noticed the parks have been busier. Like obviously Cedar Point. Like I'll roll up to a Cedar Point on like a Wednesday or a Thursday or something night, and I'm like expecting like half a parking lot full. No.
It's like 3/4 full.
Three quarters to almost a parking lot full, and I'm like,
I was
it's
there
great.
Sunday
it's great
morning till like 3 p.m. Sunday. Granted, that is technically a weekend.
Yeah,
it was slammed.
Yeah,
slammed.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the wait times right now as we record at 8:00 on a Thursday night. Maverick's still 75 minutes. Top Thrill still 45 minutes. Siren's Curse is 45 minutes. Steel Vengeance is 30. Millennium's 45. Like it's busy still.
It's good. I mean, and plus they're going right in, right into the haunt / Halloween season and stuff, and that's where Six Flags / Cedar Point and all the parks. That's where they make their money.
Not to be like Debbie Downer, but that's just when it's so miserably crowded to go.
Yeah. That's when you want to buy
ridiculous.
Have a fast pass or
That's when you want to get your in-park spending up and buy a fast lane.
Right. But I mean,
I'm curious when they count in-park spending. Is that like if I buy a fast lane online, does that also count? Probably.
I would assume whatever park, whatever park and whatnot. But the thing is, I'm just thinking like it's good to see. And hopefully we, continue to trend into this direction. It is also nice that, Six Flags does have a big portfolio of parks. And that, if they, for instance, in July and stuff, there was issue where, the air quality was really bad and they actually had to close some parks and stuff because it was really bad.
Close early
Right. And so they've got enough parks to where they can soften that blow instead of, when it was Cedar Fair and there was like 12 parks and they're like, oh, we have to close 6 of them. And they're like, ah, crap, now we're not going to have a good quarter result just because of that. But it is also, I didn't listen to the conference call. I still need to do that, but I do remember some tidbits that were shared online, and that they're going to be aiming for more like seasonal events and stuff. They're because Boardwalk Nights, for instance, I bought when I was out there a few weeks ago or something. I played the game. I also bought the limited edition food and stuff. And I remember Evan, you talked a little bit about how the Six Flags CEO said that they're going to be possibly bringing boysenberry, festival and stuff and everything.
Yeah, that was something that was. Imagine how popular that would be to bring Boysenberry Fest to other parks outside of Knott's Berry Farm. People go absolutely crazy. You know how much freaking boysenberry concentrate I'd buy? That's a great idea.
I mean, why not? Why not?
I think the special events are just cash cows.
They really are. They really are. And I don't know if we're going to see a ton of coasters and a ton of, whatever, because it seems like they're getting more of their money if they have an events, limited edition events and things like that, yearly and stuff, they might be bringing in more money and more guests, things like that, because you're like, oh, I got to get to the park because I got to, do that, to where there's a coaster or something. You're like, well, I'll ride that next year. I'll push that to
I'll
next
get to when I get
something
to
like that.
Well,
so it's not
I always
as,
think
as
about
dire.
in that regard. I remember 2018. Steel Vengeance came out. I was anticipating the park to be murdered every day.
Yeah.
Steel Vengeance. It's Steel Vengeance. Look at this ride. That might have been one of the best seasons ever from a guest experience standpoint, because it wasn't busy.
Yeah.
It wasn't. But I don't know. The numbers probably don't lie, and it probably show that it was pretty busy, but I don't know. It just never felt that busy. But then on the other hand, you got this year where they gave us nothing. This is the first year, technically 3 years, if you count Top Thrill being 2 years, that we haven't gotten any rides, and it's like, it's been so busy. Now, yes, did they basically give away the gate with the season passes? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. And yes, that is why attendance is up. But I think people are having better experiences, at least at Cedar Point, and at least speaking from my 10 experiences at the park this year, I think people are having better experiences there and are more likely to not only come back this year, but renew that season pass.
Right. Yeah.
So,
no, I think it's going to be a definite uphill battle for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, in my head, it's like, let's see what happens maybe within the next year or two or so. And if we're still kind of like breaking even,
treading water,
or barely like getting our head above the water kind of thing with the debt and stuff, I don't think it will be like, okay, Six Flags files for bankruptcy and all the parks close. I don't think that's going to be.
Hell no, absolutely not.
I can see them, maybe having to slim down. Maybe they have to get rid of some of the water parks. I mean, I don't know. Or maybe they can just, I don't know how bankruptcy would work and stuff, but maybe they can get some of their
this year's
debt, redone.
Six Flags Grinch is just going to be, Dorney Park sold.
Right. Yeah. So I was also thinking this real quick. I was thinking, I'm like, if they had to, for instance, sell Cedar Point off, I don't think Cedar Point is in any danger of closing. Like maybe they're not a part of the Six Flags chain long term. Maybe, I don't know, if things comes to like really, really bad to where it's like, could Cedar Point be a Herschend park? I'm like,
Oh my God, dude.
I was just thinking, or I mean, it could even be, I didn't even, with, I'm sorry, the Enchanted, Enchantment, the Enchanted parks and stuff.
Yeah. What if Enchanted Park? So
that'll be like the new quote unquote Cedar Fair, but
why doesn't Six Flags sell like Cedar Point, maybe Kings Island, maybe Carowinds and Kings Dominion? And then those guys can just make their own company and call it Cedar Fair.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's all just the giant circles. I feel like if anything, that would be Cedar Point. Like if worst came to worst, they have to close all parks and stuff like that. I feel like Cedar Point would not be the one of those that would ever close. And I
think we're really lucky that us, Kings Island, Carowinds, probably Six Flags Great America, Magic Mountain, Knott's. No matter how bad things get, we'll be fine. Our park will still be here.
Well, you have to also think, though, really quick. You have to think that Cedar Point has a lot of properties, like hotel properties that they own and stuff. And obviously they're making money on those, because I feel like if they weren't, they would be like, okay, we're going to sell off this resort property, or we're going to sell off this.
Yeah, especially the sawmills and the Castaway Bays, and like they would trim it down to just hotel breakers if they had to.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I was there on Saturday, this past Saturday night or whatever, and hotel breakers was packed to the gills. And same thing with Cedar Point Express Hotel when we were driving out. But anyway, talked a little bit more than I thought we would on that. But so 2027 Cedar Point season passes went on sale. You know what didn't go on sale? Is the all park passport. That seemed to have, and I'm glad that they dropped that, because that was very confusing of like, can I go to all those parks? Do you have the all park passport? Do you have, so I'm glad that
buy another thing. Yeah.
Right. Or added on or whatever. But yeah, it's nice to see. But
I guess in effect, though, passes are still working how they did once they went to the regional thing, like what, in like December or January of this year, because they went to the whole regional thing after the MVP sale and so anyways,
yes,
I'll try to hit like the general things, but there are a couple large changes.
yeah.
So your gold pass is still $99 if you renew, so that's pretty cool. What that entails is you get free parking, you get access to the park during Halloween weekends, not the haunted houses, as we all know very well. You get access to your regional parks. So for $99 and you live in Cedar Point's your home park, you're getting free parking and admission to not only Cedar Point, but you're also getting Kings Island, Six Flags Great America, Canada's Wonderland, and Six Flags Darien Lake, and Hurricane Harbor, Chicago, and Rockford. That's crazy for $99. Absolutely crazy. And that's what I kind of said about giving away the gate, right?
Yep.
If you want to get a new one, you don't have a pass currently, you want to get a new one, it's $115. Now, prestige passes are a little different. Prestige passes are, where'd I go? They are $279 regardless of if you're renewing or not. This year, it's all pretty much the same. You get your preferred parking. You get your 2 Bring a Friend free tickets. You get your single-use fast lane at every visit, early entry. All Six Flags in North America, for whatever reason, Cedar Point's website goes, including Carowinds. Why did they pick Carowinds? I don't know. Enhanced perks and loyalty. The different thing this year, really the only different thing this year for that is that, one, your gift for renewing is a $20 in-park credit and an extra Bring a Friend ticket. Last year, I think you just got extra Bring a Friend ticket and a single-use fast lane. This year, you get $20, which will go to probably a single-use fast lane for most of you people. And then the big-ish one is you don't have to buy a drink plan. You get free Coca-Cola fountain drinks every visit. If you want to still upgrade that to the icy version, the Drink Plan Plus or whatever they call it now, it's an extra $16 when you buy your pass instead of the extra, $15 or $50.
Yeah, it's like $55, I think, or something like that. But yeah,
that's all pretty much how it works now. Cool. Yep. Drink plans are still the same, where you have, if you don't buy the prestige pass and you have a gold pass, it's $35 for the drink plan, and I believe it's $55 for the drink plan plus. Cool. That is good for at whatever parks your pass is good at. So if you have the Cedar Point Gold Pass, it's good at all the Midwest parks. If you have a Carowinds Pass, it's good at all the East Coast parks. Okay, now here are the big ones.
The big
your
changes.
Your dining plan.
Yes.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know, man. So you can buy. There's 3 different types of dining plans you can buy. And this is good for either the gold or prestige. You just have to make sure you select the correct one. The price isn't any different for gold or prestige. So you could buy a 20 meal dining access. It's like you basically get 20 meal credits. It's like you're back in college. That is $125. You get 20 to use throughout the year. That's it. That's good for somebody that Cedar Point is the only park that they go to, and they go 15 times or 10 times.
And I want to say, if you are going to be renewing and purchasing that this year, and you didn't have a 2026 meal plan, that will start this year, and your 20 meals will start this year. And then, say, for instance, you use, 12 or something this year.
You only have 8 to use next year.
You've only got 8 to use next year.
But if you currently have a dining plan, those credits don't start getting taken off until opening day next year.
That is correct.
So keep that in mind. This is where it gets a little better, I guess. And this is probably the one I'm going to get, I think. I don't know. A 30 meal credit one. That's $169. So you get 30 meals you can use this year or next year. And you double your food discount. So like Prestige Pass holders get 15% off on all food and beverage. Now you will get 30% off on your food and beverage, not your merchandise. Your merchandise is still 15%. Just your food and beverage purchases will be 30% off. So that's okay. I used my 30 meals, but now I have that extra little discount now, so
But you
meals are
can't.
only going to cost me like $15.
But the caveat with both of those two plans that you were talking about,
It's-
they're only good at your home park.
yes, they're only good at Cedar Point, or if you're a Kings Island home parker, it's only good at Kings Island. And the prices do vary park to park. This is just Cedar Point, $169 for that. Now, if you want basically the dining plan that you know and love right now, that you probably spent like $160 on, that is now $400. Unlimited all season dining, and it's good at all the parks that your pass is good at, whether you're a gold pass holder or a prestige pass holder. So if you're a Midwest gold pass holder, it's only good at your Midwest parks. If you're a prestige pass holder, it's good everywhere. I don't think I go enough anymore to warrant that $400 pass. I'm probably going to get the 31 and then just bite the bullet and spend money on meals at Kings Island. That double my discount is good at Kings Island, so I'll be paying like $15 a meal there, roughly.
Yeah.
I did the math when this all came out, and I think for me, for it to make sense, I'd have to assume I'm going to spend like $240 on meals outside of my 30 meal credits, and I just can't see where that's going to happen. I just don't go enough anymore. So, yeah.
And the meals, they are like on Cedar Point's website or whatever your home park website is. They are called All Season Dining Access for the one that you can get 20 meals, All Season Dining Plus for the 30 meal option, or the All Season Dining Unlimited for obviously all the parks and everything like that. And then also, I don't know if you touched on this. What's nice is it's unlimited. Now, before we used to have to wait 4 hours and only get 2 meals. Doesn't matter if the park was open for, I don't know, 16 hours or whatever. You only got 2 meals each visit. Now you get a meal every 2 hours. There's no daily limit or anything like that. So, for instance, if you go to the park,
I thought you could still only get 2 meals per day.
Or the what?
I thought you could only still get 2 meals per day, but no, you can just get.
Yeah.
Oh no, it literally says no daily max.
Yeah.
Every 2 hours.
Yeah.
So if you get ultimate, you can't abuse this system.
I mean,
and you will make your money back.
Yeah. So for instance, if you visit the park, say at like 9 a.m, go to Grand Pavilion, go get breakfast.
Yeah.
And then, for instance, I'm just thinking Coaster Mania, and then you have breakfast and stuff, and then around noon you got another meal to eat. So okay, cool. Let's go to, I don't know, Coasters, have a burger, and then another 2 hours later, let's go to Farmhouse.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna do the unlimited one.
You go way more than I do.
I do, yeah.
And that makes sense. That makes sense. So,
but you also have to think that it's $3.99, but it is also nice that they're throwing in the drink plan that you don't have to purchase anymore for like $35, right? Or you got the icy plan, you just have to pay $16 for that, and and that's kind of it. And then they're also giving you on top of that, they're giving you the $20 season or whatever credit it is on your season pass, whatever, that you can probably use later on for
your discount if you only get the 30 meal credit.
Right.
I'm saying this without deciding what I think about it, but this isn't going to last. This is going to be like the only year they do this. I just don't see this lasting. I don't know. I don't think they're going to bring it back to what it was, but I just can't see them continuing this. I think people are going to get confused. I think
maybe they just get rid of the $20 or I'm sorry, the 20 meal plan and just have it be either
30 or unlimited
30 or maybe they could go back to what we previously had, and you can pick between having, a meal or 2 meals every 4 hours apart. And then, and then obviously the unlimited one, maybe they do something like that. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm worried that too. Like, is the app going to keep track of how many meals I had?
So I think that was asked. I don't remember where that was asked at, but I heard
is it going to be accurate?
Something about, it's accurate on my visits. It says, the amount of visits.
Not.
All right. Well, I feel like they can. I don't see why they couldn't.
And I just worry, and I don't mean to like talk down to the employees but like a new employee. What if they double up, and I don't realize it, and they accidentally ring me up twice.
But they can't though, because you can only get a meal every 2 hours. So,
well, no, but like Yeah, I guess they couldn't redeem it twice. I don't know. I'm gonna be that guy, and every time I eat at Cedar Point next year, assuming I get to 30, I'm gonna write it down.
You're gonna have a little notebook, be like, I should be at 28, not
only just for that, but for my own sake. If I'm sitting at home on Wednesday and be like, damn, I want to go to the park this weekend. I kind of want to do a full day. Can I afford to do 2 meals this weekend?
Well, who says you have to do 2? You could go 4. You could get 4 meals. Right. It depends the time you visit. I mean, that's the nice part about that. And also, like, for instance, I mean, I went to Kings Island this year 6 times. I mean, I've used the meal plan, all those 6 times and stuff. Yeah. So it's like, probably would want the unlimited one. That way it's good at all Six Flags parks. Now, maybe if they changed it to where if they had the 20 or the 30, but you can use it at any Six Flags park, or at least your regional park if you have a gold, that would be kind of nice. But
that's where you and I differ, because I've been to Kings Island once this year. Yeah. I will pony up the $30 that to eat there that one day I was there. Maybe if I go again, I'll, $60 total, or an extra $240.
See, I'm I'm completely opposite of you, because I'm like, dude, Kings Island, I can go to, what is it? The Tom and Chi. I could go to, the burger place.
I just can't eat that much when I'm at these parks.
And then I'm like, ooh, I could go to the fry stand that's over next to Diamondback and the Beast and stuff that I've always wanted to, but I'm like, dang, I want to save that meal plan for
those are mid. Well, if you get them for free.
I mean, because they had like loaded like fries, like with bacon and cheese, and
I've had them. They're mid.
Hey, during Christmas time, they have the ham. They have ham, and they also have
That doesn't move me either, because I don't like ham.
Well,
anyways,
syrup and so on and so forth. But
that's the meal plan, and then the other small change is the all season fast lane. Well, I shouldn't say small. If you buy it from any park that's not Cedar Point, it's probably what you paid last year, but it
could be less. It could be way less. It could be way less.
It maybe. I don't really know.
I think Six Flags Great America was charging $1,000 or $1,200 because it was grouped in with Cedar Point.
Crazy, because it's like $600 now or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you buy it from any park that's not Cedar Point, it's every park besides Cedar Point. You can't get your all-season fast lane at Cedar Point. If you buy it at Cedar Point, it includes every park that your pass is good at, but it's $2,000. Good luck.
Yeah.
That will cut down fast lane lines. I'll say that.
It will. You know what? This was a change that needed to happen, I feel, because we would always like this past year, I saw it all over on Facebook and stuff saying, oh, hey, if you want a fast lane, go buy it from Carowinds and stuff. It's $4.99 and it's good at Cedar Point. It's good, and then it's like the Cedar Point just locked themselves up. And, I do know that they are one of the most, at least I'm assuming they're one of the most, people that sell fast lanes, because they've got the resorts, they've got the people that are traveling in, or they're traveling in for a day, and I'm sorry,
fast lane lost its value because of all these stupid pass holders that go to Carowinds in March to get their first their home park checked off to activate their pass, and then just use it at Cedar Point all year. That's not fair. I mean, I don't want to defend a corporate entity, right? Like
it's fair to the people that will now,
come on,
that will now be able to do fast lane, and it'll be maybe like a 10-minute wait or 15, 20-minute wait, if that, kind of thing.
Sorry, you can't ride Top Thrill 2 80 freaking times on your visit. You're gonna have to be a big boy and wait in line every once in a while. It's okay.
Yeah,
Jesus, people, the discourse I've seen about that,
it'll be really
and
interesting.
Most people are thinking like us, like, yeah, that's good. That makes fast lane work better. Man, there's some people that are just like, oh my god, I can't write Simon's Curse 40 times on my visits now. Too bad.
Right. To be like, oh, I bought a fast lane from Kings Island, on all season fast lane. Does it work at Cedar Point? No.
Pony up to $2,000 then, if that's that important to you.
I mean, honestly, but like I said, you've got the resorts, you've got everybody that you've got. So I feel like Cedar, and I'm not trying to be a homeboy, but I feel like Cedar Point, and we've kind of talked about this a little bit off the podcast, I feel like they've got a good core, like 6 coasters that you're really really need to ride, to where if I'm traveling to another park, obviously, and I've been to that park before, I'm not like trying to get the credits. Like, for instance, if I'm wanting to go to, I don't know, Worlds of Fun or whatever, like I'll ride maybe 2 of the coasters there or 3 of the coasters, then I'll be like, okay, I'm good. I'm not like pressed to do that. To where Cedar Point, it's like, I got to ride,
Millennium, Top Thrill, Siren's Curse, Maverick, Magnum, Raptor, Gatekeeper, Gemini. I mean, seriously.
I mean, they're really, really good coasters. There's
I don't know. Plenty of stuff to ride at Cedar Point. You don't need to lap your favorite a million times, or if you want to, pony up the $2,000. It's okay.
Or you know what? If you visit Cedar Point on a busy day or something like that, and you're really like, man, I really wish I had Fastlane, buy the single day. Day.
And what the people I do kind of feel for a little bit is like, okay, my home park is actually Carowinds. I live in North Carolina and I go to Cedar Point once a year. Now I can't use my Fastlane there too. It's like, okay. But it's still cheaper to buy your $400 Carowinds all season one and then pony up the $200 at Cedar Point to buy theirs on a one day.
Yeah. So, and then you might have a better experience because obviously the wait times will be a lot less. I'm assuming because,
I think they have throttled it back a lot too this year.
I feel like they have too. It hasn't
even last year.
I feel like they had to correct the system, just like with the food plan. I feel like they might have needed to correct that system too. Maybe we don't know if Six Flags was Six Flags in general was losing money and stuff. Like, I mean, I don't with everything, all the prices going
political, up. And I'm not going to get political, but let's be honest, food's more expensive.
Yeah.
The parks cannot be taking losses on food. They can't.
Yeah.
And you want good food. You want your brisket. You want your jalapeno cheddar sausage. You want, I don't think sausage is that expensive. You want your good chicken dumpling soup. You want good hand breaded chicken tenders. I'm sorry, but the park is not going to take a loss to serve you that. Yeah. So you've got to pay up on your end. Just like grocery stores are upping prices because they are getting stuff that is more expensive. They have to make a profit. Yeah. I'm sorry. Anyways, last little thing, Haunt attractions passes are also on sale. $35 for the all season add-on for season passes, $200 for the all season Haunted Attractions Express Pass add-on. This year, neither of those include The Conjuring. So yeah, take that for what it's worth.
No Conjuring, but the Express one is I don't know why they call it Express, but
it's so weird to me.
They should just call it the Fast Lane or Fright Lane or whatever. That's pretty much
so hard to be Universal. Here's an idea: give me Universal quality haunted houses. Oh wait,
I've got something for you. So
they are now using IPs.
Yeah. So I want to say this is the first for Cedar Point using an IP haunted house. I mean, The Conjuring, I don't know if that was a haunted house per se. I mean, it is
interactive experience.
Haunted experience, maybe. I don't know, but this is like
honest to goodness. You wait in line. You don't have to pay extra. Well, you do, but you don't have. It's just part of the normal rotation of haunted houses.
Right. Yeah. So they are coming out with Diablo, Ascents, to Cedar Point, brand new haunted maze. It's not like a haunted house. They're calling it haunted maze.
I've never understood that. They've always done that.
Yeah. So it's going to be. There's not a lot of detail per se. I know it's
they're just assuming that you played a video game that's 30 years old.
Yeah, iconic video game. Apparently. I don't know. It looked really, really scary in the photos that they were kind of showing off and stuff. It's probably going to be. I think. What did they say? Let's see. It says that there's going to be dark. I'm sorry. There's going to be a crazy intense atmosphere for it, which is pretty cool. It's only going to be exclusively at Cedar Point and also King's Dominion, which is pretty cool.
I feel like it's worth mentioning now that like other parks are doing other IPs. Like Kings Island is getting a Jason Universe house. I feel like there was something else, another IP that other parks are getting. But like, look at your local Six Flags park. They're probably getting a haunted house theme to some intellectual property that seems very Universal-esque.
Yeah, and I mean,
so we're getting Diablo, which is really different and cool and video game based, and yeah, I'm
I know there's rumors of it possibly taking over one of a former haunted house, and I'm not at liberty to say which one because I don't want to spread a rumor and stuff. But if that's the case,
I'm sure they'll post like tomorrow what house is going away and all the details and stuff. It's just that's how it goes with it.
Right. If anyone's wondering, if you do purchase, if you want to do the haunted houses and things like that, you have to purchase the haunted attraction pass. Yeah. Either the pass or also you
can buy it daily.
The daily pass and everything.
And like it being that it's $35 for the whole season, your daily one's going to be like 10.
Probably. Yeah, probably $10, $15 or so. I would assume. Maybe a little more on maybe a busy Saturday night, something like that.
20.
But it'll be available with that, which is nice. It's not like
it's not like you bought the haunted attractions pass and you got to spend $40 to get in the Conjuring.
Right. Yeah. The Conjuring and stuff and everything. So I'm excited. I mean, we were talking about this last year of like, hey, they're going to make you buy, a haunted attraction pass. That kind of sucks that there's not like anything new. And hey, guess what? They're coming out with something new, which is pretty cool. And also, I don't know if it doesn't look like they have any of their Hollow Weekends or Haunt websites up yet. I'm curious if they're going to have a new website because every time I try to like go to like stuff like that from the past, from last year, it has all of last year like placeholder stuff there. And everything's kind of like broken. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe they're coming out. Because I know, they launched a new website kind of thing with the integration of the Six Flags chain and stuff and whatever. So maybe we're going to get a new Haunt website per se, and it'll be more interactive or something. But I guess stay tuned because there is some a little bit of tidbit. I'm not going to announce this on the Facebook page, but we did get some kind of teaser announcement that they're going to be having some more Haunt stuff being released chain wide. I'm not sure if it's Cedar Point or other Six Flags parks, whatever. But there's going to be some kind of announcement this coming Monday. So get ready for more spooky stuff. And unfortunately, Evan, that's that. I mean, that's my favorite time of the year is the fall and that. But what's coming around the corner is that's the last day and we're closing and you're like, oh man, can we not?
Kings Island Daily Ops is done this week.
Yeah,
they had a really rough week with storms and Cedar Point Boardwalk Nights is done this weekend. And
yeah.
Our next episode will probably be Halloween Horror Nights preview. So
we're gonna have to wrangle Kyle in and get that done. Probably.
Yeah, I still got to watch all the movies for Horror Nights. I can't even put together my hype list yet.
Well, I was gonna say you got Stranger Things already wrapped up, and
I got to watch two more Hellraiser movies and Evil Dead and Sinners. I got still 4 more movies to watch.
You got lots to do.
Quick aside, Hellraiser. What the? Beep. That is such a weird movie. Anyways.
Right. Anyway, so when we were gone, Six Flags Great America, they launched their brand new kids attraction, a new coaster that came out of nowhere, I feel like. I thought it was going to be a kids attraction, sure, or kids area. I didn't think there was going to be a coaster.
Well, if that was your home park or if you're chronically on theme park Twitter like me, you would know that there was track and footers there like months ago. But so Six Flags Great America announced Camp Timber Trail. And if you know that park, this is going like in between Little Dipper and Goliath. It's renovating that kids area at like right next to Goliath and taking up the area that the go-karts used to. Thank God they got rid of those. This is a large area of the park. Welcome to Camp Timber Trail, an all-new family adventure with exploration, discovery, and outdoor fun come to life in 2027. Representing one of the largest investments in family attractions at Six Flags Great America in recent years, the immersive new area invites families to explore together and create unforgettable memories, inspired by woodland trails, campfire traditions, and the spirit of the great outdoors. Camp Timber Trail is a place where every path leads to adventure, including 9 attractions, including 3 all-new attractions, 4 newly themed adventures, and 2 iconic park classics. Camp Timber Trail is designed for young explorers and adventurers of all ages. Around every bend, you'll find new thrills, imaginative play, and opportunities to discover something unexpected. Skyhawk Great name, guys. Super original. All new suspended family coaster, which it's got like a brown and green color palette. Looks really nice in the renderings. All new suspended family coaster. This is made by Vekoma. Get ready to spread your wings on Skyhawk, the Midwest's longest, tallest, and fastest suspended family coaster. You're reaching. That's such a made-up record, but anyways. Gliding through the treetops and weaving through the woodland landscape below, Skyhawk delivers just the right mix of excitement and family fun. From the moment you leave the station, you'll embark on an unforgettable aerial adventure filled with soaring views, smooth hills, and plenty of reasons to ride again and again. Whether it's your first coaster experience or your newest family favorite, Skyhawk is an adventure you'll want to share together. Those rides are great. Like Dragonfly or Dollywood is legitimately a great attraction. So this is an awesome, awesome ride for them. New adventures await. The adventure continues with 2 all-new experiences designed for young explorers. Trail Trotters embark on a wilderness journey where curiosity leads the way. Trail Trotters invites riders to experience a playful trek through the great outdoors filled with moments of exploration, discovery, and additional adventure around every turn. Carsten, do you remember Moose on the Loose? Or I'm sorry, that's at Darien Lake. The bear ride at Dollywood, it's that.
Yes, yeah.
Black Bear Trail or whatever, yeah. Or if you've been Darien Lake, Moose on the Loose, it's the same type of ride where you just get on an animal and it just trots along.
Oh, okay.
So fun.
Yeah.
So stupid and so fun.
Yeah.
Forest Grove Play Park, you got let imaginations run wild in this expansive nature-inspired play environment designed especially for young adventurers, da-da-da-da-da. And then they are also taking rides that currently exist and retheming them. Take flight on Chirp Chaser, formerly the Sprocket Rockets family coaster adventure inspired by the birds of the forest. Climb aboard the Wilderness Wagon, formerly Crazy Bus, for a playful journey through the great outdoors. Set course for adventure on Creek Cruiser, formerly Yahoo River, and buzz into fun aboard Beboppin', formerly Buzzy Bees. Each attraction is thoughtfully refreshed to fit seamlessly into Camp Timber Trail's immersive woodland setting, while continue to create family memories guests know and love. Guests can also continue making memories on Little Dipper and Loggers Run, 2 classic attractions that remain an important part of Camp Timber Trail's adventurous spirits. Buy your 2027 season pass.
My question is this looks really so if anybody wants to see some of the rendering photos, go to Six Flags Great America's website and you can kind of poke around and see stuff and everything. But it's interesting to see that obviously before Cedar Fair and the whole whatever you want to call it, it's interesting that there's no like Bugs Bunny, there's no DC, there's no
it's just their own thing.
It's just their own thing, and I'm not trying to be that guy, but when they go away from the Bugs Bunny or the DC or whatever, it's very clean. It's I don't know. Like,
I mean, kind of looking at it from a different way, this is Camp Snoopy without Snoopy.
Yeah. I mean, that's interesting to where they were like, by the way, we're going to do all of this, but not, we're going to
not use any of our typical characters. We're just doing everything new.
Yeah.
And I think
that's really
no shade
good.
to Six Flags, but I think that's a good thing.
I think so. I mean, it'll be interesting to be like, I don't know if they'll drop Snoopy or if they would drop, I
don't think they ever will entirely, but doing stuff like this shows that they're moving away from it.
But then it's like, maybe if we do drop something like that, whatever, we don't have to pay for the IP, we don't have to worry about the licensings and all that. It saves
money
stuff
in the long run because you don't have to pay
because it's ground up
for their stuff. You don't have to pay peanuts for the peanuts.
Right. Yeah. And Warner Brothers and I so on and so forth. But
I think there was a time and place for that. But I think unless you're going to be doing new characters, or not new, but like recent characters, like Universal is doing How to Train Your Dragon, or Disney is even starting to incorporate Bluey into some things with little events and stuff. Like, if you're not going to do new and relevant things to kids and families these days, it's not worth it. Kids these days don't care about Peanuts. Kids these days don't care about Bugs Bunny. Why are you investing in that anymore? Why?
Yeah.
And don't spend the crazy amounts of money to get, I don't know what doesn't already belong to somebody, but don't spend the crazy amounts of money to get Moana,
Yeah. No, it's interesting that like I said, it's cool that when, Six Flags or, obviously when Cedar Fair was doing this, they don't just do like one ride. Like they do a whole entire area, and this area that like the overview and stuff that you can see a little bit and stuff, like it's going to obviously brand new paint, brand new.
It's so pretty.
It's so nice. It's going to be so nice. And
this is so very much like what Carowinds did with the air flight area.
Airy landing or air landing.
Air landing. There it is.
Yeah.
Or like what King's Dominion did with Jungle Expedition. Granted, not thrill rides, but
right.
stuff like that. And it's so much better. It's just so much better. Maybe I'm not speaking for everybody, but I feel like most people, if you look at surveys, would agree that they'd rather have new immersive lands that are not IP based versus Bugs Bunny Boomtown. Yay.
Right. And it's almost like, like, oh, cool, we got something like that. It's like cookie cutter. It's like, okay, cool. But like this actually gives it more.
Rinse and repeat.
I guess that wasn't more my words before of it being like dingy or dirty, and not like that sense, but just like it's just used, it's kind of like tired. It's, and this is like a brush of like, oh, wow. Okay, cool. We can, do certain things like that.
Six Flags Magic Mountain this year just redid their Bugs Bunny area, and it's still Bugs Bunny and Looney Tunes, and it's like, it's great, it's fine, but does a 5-year-old know who the heck Bugs Bunny is?
Well,
I don't even know who Bugs Bunny is, really.
I mean, it's
not going to move the needle.
It's not on television anymore. I mean, you've got these.
Kid might see a cool Skyhawk logo and be like, I want to ride that,
Right.
Yeah. But Bugs Bunny Boomtown, yay, whatever.
Hey, you know what?
Maybe
at least they're continuing to think outside the box and stuff. Right. So
that's the news.
Yeah, that's the news. We told you
about Horror Nights in a couple weeks.
Yeah, we talked a lot about. It was very wordy. Well, we did say that, but it's already almost an hour in, so we're going to cut this short here. But before I cut this off, we do have a ride and snap, and it's for National Roller Coaster Day, which is this Sunday. It's going to be on Raptor. We had some people that were like, hey, why don't you do one of the rides in the front? I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea. We haven't done something like that. So, yep, our ride and snap is going to be at Raptor on Sunday at 5:45 p.m. We're going to meet right in front of the Raptor sign entrance thingy, whatever you want to call it. Look for the group and stuff. We'll take a group photo, and then we'll ride it. And then afterwards, you guys are kind of free to do whatever. I believe the park is closing at 10 o'clock. That's the last day for Boardwalk Nights. So if haven't experienced Boardwalk Nights, that's fun. Go check out.
I still haven't.
Yeah, right. I do suggest go check out like the kite flyers. Those are the synchronized kite flying. That's really cool. Also, there's a girl that like juggles a bunch of balls. I posted the video on our Facebook page, but she does like 6 or 7 balls at a time to where it's 6, 7, to where she's does it off of like some kind of like mechanism and stuff, and it's just like it's insane. They still have
words don't do that one justice.
Right, yeah. I was looking for words to find that, but yeah, there's nothing there. Also, they've got the guy that jumps into the pool. They've got that. That's always fun.
Tightrope walker.
They got the tightrope walker, which is really cool. That's over by Gatekeeper and stuff. That he's definitely came into his own. He's been doing a lot more different, I guess, stunts since the first time I saw him and stuff. If you run a really cool up close personal when he's doing it and stuff, if you go up to Grand Pavilion and go on, if you're looking at the building, if you go to the right hand side of it upstairs,
the Gatekeeper side, yeah, you can see him up there and cheer and hoot and holler for him and stuff. So, but yeah, ride and snap this Sunday 5:45, and then we'll ride that and then do whatever. And then also really quickly, I'd probably look out, I guess, on our Facebook page, probably within the next week or so, we will be taking calendar submissions for our 2027 CP Rundown calendar. There is a few calendars possibly that are going to be released
this off season, maybe, hopefully, we Evan and I and a few others we're working behind the scenes to possibly make one happen, and then we're gonna have our fan submitted photo for 2027. So look out for the Facebook announcement for that and how to upload your photos or your selfie with your family. Because no, I'm not going to take that.
I'm not even getting on my soapbox. Y'all should understand by now.
Right. But yeah, Evan, do you wanna close it out, and then I will end it, my friend.
Yeah. God, I can't believe it's already Halloween time. I can't believe our next episode is going to be our Halloween Horror Nights preview episode, more than likely, unless some crazy news drops out of nowhere. So that's super exciting, though. That's my favorite time of year, too. And also shout out, I know it's not a Six Flags park, but shout out to Silver Dollar City to whatever they wound up announcing on Friday the 14th, because I'm so excited to see what that is.
And make sure that you follow us and that you rate us, and make sure you come to the Ride and Snap on Sunday at 5:45 p.m. and we will see you all there.
Thanks for tuning in to the Rundown on Fun. Don't forget to follow us on social media for all the latest updates from Six Flags Entertainment. And remember, always be kind to your ride operators. See you soon.